I said it, damn. Let's see if we're working this time. I'll have to get out of it again, won't I? Close all. Bloody YouTube. Bloody YouTube. I'm on the right, yes, I'm on my right account. Ah, and now it says upcoming. Bloody just work, will you? For crying out loud. Ah. Don't have these problems in Star Trek, do they? They bloody don't. Right. I said it again, didn't I? Right. We're going. We are going. I will start the introductions then. Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek. Welcome to part 5 of my Star Trek Resurgence playthrough on my PS5. I think we're just about to meet Captain Riker, I think. So let's see what happens. Hey? Right. Oh, stop saying right. Number 1. So there's the Resolute, the Centaur class Resolute.
You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
I've no drink. Forgot to get myself a drink.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack. Making this so much worse than it already was.
At the risk of stating the obvious, wouldn't changing the algorithms solve the problem?
Yeah, I wish it was that simple. Unfortunately, it's an encrypted code that would take weeks to change, if not longer.
If only they had data with them.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through.
Oh God, they're doing the
Captain
holograms.
Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residia 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost?
The ship
the
and its
captain,
crew.
The crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
Yes.
Hello, Dredge
Perhaps we
Tiger.
should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man, or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Takan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate.
You're not the only one who's met the Takan anymore. We've faced them in combat. We're not just the right ones for the job. We're the only ones.
All right. Asked and answered. There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured.
I bet Wingrace knows who his first officer is.
You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious.
There was a lot of data stolen. A lot to sift through.
Yes, we're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
I'd raise that alarm pretty loudly if I were you. There's a lot riding on this. And if it comes to it, the Titan and I will be ready to personally lend a hand in this fight.
Let's hope it doesn't get that far.
Riker out.
Thank you for not getting too specific with Riker about the data breach. Better we handle this ourselves, without all of Starfleet hearing about it.
I trust you had a good reason for withholding this information from Captain Riker.
This information will send a shockwave through the entire fleet. I'm sure Spock will agree. It should be compartmentalized on a strictly
Is my phone charged? Yes, it is, right.
I have more research.
Bring you over here.
So do you. I'm sure the ship's computer has Sun Tzu in its library. Dismissed.
Right, I just want to check something. Right, over here. It just seems a bit quiet. No, everything's on full, isn't it, apart from music. Get a little bit brighter. I've got subtitles on. Yeah, that's all I can do, isn't it? Right, fair enough. Still don't like the way that new Trek, they just drop out of warp to a standstill. I hate that. I hate that. And the bridge window, hate that as well.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team.
Don't forget your energy
Don't know
whips.
if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. He's not an asset. He's an enemy. So be ready for anything.
Not for the timid.
Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
But I am King Canute.
Threats of a lower life form do not sway.
Shiny hair.
I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago.
Are you the scion of the flame?
My name is Zan Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. And we are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the bridge of time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion?
Only then will you understand the might of the Takan Empire.
Well, I can promise you, whatever you're after, this Aphelion, you won't get there.
We'll destroy the Zeldi and everything on it if we have to.
You can't do that. The Cartabula would rip through the fabric of the universe if it were critically
Is it me or does it look slightly different? I know I've put the brightness up a touch.
Come on!
But it kind of looks a little bit
This
different.
goes from
My
bad to
PlayStation's
worse.
just done an
Do what they
update.
say.
Is it anything to do with that, I wonder? I don't know.
It's coming alive.
You can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Not if they're just going to start it again.
So you believe him?
I'm not sure.
Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you, because I value my own life. When my fellow scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle will ensue. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls.
Ever since
If you want to get us
last night's
killed,
live news stream, I've had this tickly cough. I wonder if I'm
You've
speaking
been
too
dead.
much. Skyon, cool
There's a way
word.
to stop
Yes,
this
reminds
ship
me of
for
Tomb
good.
Raider 1.
And he knows
Except we
how.
just called it the Scion in
Just
that,
needs
didn't we?
more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We heard him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet
Let me
protocol.
pause this a minute. I'm just going to have to get myself a drink. A wee drinky. What shall I have? What shall we have? I'll have a bottle of water. I'm back. Anyway, Windgrace, before you got here, I was asking, who is William Riker's first officer on the Titan? I don't know, genuinely. I said you would probably know. The acolyte must have stuck in your throat. Yes, or in my craw.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
Oh, is it Shelby? All right. See, I knew you'd know.
Not like this.
I knew you'd know.
There's got to be something we can work with here.
Right. Find a way to stop the Zeldi. Right.
This area here,
Power generation. The warp cores.
it's deserted. What's this?
This display shows the location of the Takan on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are. The central artery of ship systems. Sensors. Propulsion. Weapons. Doesn't seem to be working here.
This is weird. Going this fast, it would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. rupture the hull. End up damaging the cartabula in the process.
And that risks
Sure.
tearing a hole in space.
Ah.
We can't have that.
No.
Engine status.
Or
Right.
can we just slow us
Course is
down
still practically
somehow?
redlined. However they've supercharged the Zeldi, it still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Takan have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it. I think I can get us there. But once we're in, do you really think you could cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask. But I'm coming around to it.
Well, usually I'm the guy fixing the things that go wrong on a starship. I'm sure I could figure out a way to break it.
You may even find you like destroying things.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there's a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all. I thought you'd escaped when we
Miranda.
boarded. I'd almost hoped you'd made it off. And Lily's there with you too, right?
Sounds like you miss me.
Miranda might have. She was so hopeful about you.
Alright, okie
But that's
dokie.
not why I called. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Takan Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery.
You don't know what you're doing. Miranda, we can help you, but you have to fight.
Miranda is a part of us now. She's accepted that.
You're lying.
I have no reason to lie.
Has my
Every
camera
one of us on
moved a
this
bit?
crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
I'll negotiate with Miranda. Our Miranda.
Or
You release
Miranda.
her.
She's still here, in a way. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll
Dun,
see you
dun, dun.
on the bridge very soon.
Our comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to
Duh.
use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you. You're still there. I think that's because you know we have something to offer you. And you're starting to do the math. And realizing that making peace with us is better than the alternative.
I don't know who you are, but you're on borrowed time. Miranda, if you're in there, I will find a way to get you back. Keep fighting.
Gold.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation.
You know what? You can argue on the way. Now let's move it.
Here we are on Delphi Ardu, with no Ferengi scurrying about to pester us. Look how they clothe their women, inviting males to unclothe them.
Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beam down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Find Portal 6-3. Tickety boo. Get me tricard now.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Yes, you do, yes. Hello, or whatever he said. Anybody here?
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Follow me. Ends here.
What does?
Is it me? Or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
He looks a bit worried, didn't he, over on the left-hand side?
Tetrametric pulses.
Not tetrametric again.
Technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
But, you know, oh, there, obviously. Let's show him blue.
Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
Looking for a blue part. It's usually where you have to aim, isn't it? Oh, won't let me move. Nope.
Whoa!
The crystal, obviously.
An illusion.
Like to think of that
I'm
first.
sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
Wonder what she's seeing through her visor. She's seeing it like Geordie does, all weird and funky.
It's there.
Or is she just seeing it
With me.
like, you know, human perception, human eyesight? I don't know. Because you'd think it'd take a long time to get used to using a visor, but she seems to have picked it up pretty quickly. And don't ask me what visor stands for.
Or
Visual input sensory
LaRue, if you would.
organ replacement, something like that. She's seeing everyone naked with them.
Devolve to Resurgence. Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical.
She's seeing everyone naked with them.
Devolve to Resurgence. Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical. Devolve to Resurgence. Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical. Devolve to Resurgence. Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Commander, I may be able to speed up the process. I can now
Visual
detect many
instrument
different
and
wavelengths of
sensory
radiation
organ
simply by
replacement.
looking. The Takan radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
Use your tricorder. I won't listen to anything she said. Use your tricorder to find tetrametric crystals and shoot them with your phaser. Tetrametric radiation is visible through the tricorder. Right. No tetrametric radiation detected. Save me that one. Oh, go around here. What have we got here, look?
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Commander!
Look at that.
It's tetrametric, etc.
Verify.
But non-recyclable. I'm only saying that because we've got a list of things that we can recycle on my recycle bin, and it says like, you know, Tetra Packs, you know, like milk cartons and stuff like that. They're made out of that Tetra Pak stuff. That's not recyclable.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4, and I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us.
Find more crystals, giving off tetrametric. Have we gone over the bridge? Oh, has she? Across chasm. Oh, let's talk to him first. So I wasn't paying attention again.
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
Petrified,
The portal
even.
told Riker it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Takan Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Dun dun dun. Right, tricorder. That's not one. So I've got to go across the bridge. We've done that one, haven't we? That's the one we did. I must have to go across the bridge, mustn't I? We'll cross over then. Oh, right. Did the bogey just fly out of my nose then? I breathed. I saw something. Apologies if it did. There's something round there. Let's have a shufty. It's out there. Look, you can tell the different colour. It's yellow-ish. Oh, maybe not. Maybe just the light. Anyway.
Good.
Right, so there's another one. Is it just that one? something round there, doesn't there? Hang on. Let's get over there. Oh, what's that? Oh, just rocks. Am I missing something here? Have a look up here. Oh, hang on. What's through there?
Tetrametric. Better go see what's different.
Oh. Ah.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
How do I get back? Contact the ship. Oh, she must have beamed herself there. Resolute, beam me to their position. Energize. Hello. Is there anybody in there? Din, din, din. What's gone a bit wrong, hasn't it, with that rendering of those plants?
Incredible.
Plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected,
And
Doctor?
weird looking.
No. Not a match.
Don't ask me to do something in a time in me on the clock, because I was taking a drink. Right.
Tetrametric.
And it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Duval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Emergency beam out on my mark.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plans.
The badly rendered plants, they've gone. Is this portal arriving? Maybe not. Oh, maybe so.
Barbarians.
It's him.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian? I am guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
We need your help.
My help?
You're the only one we can ask.
You're hiding something. Futile.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
The Takan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these Scions.
There is a war looming that could engulf the Quadrant. We want you to help us bring about peace before it gets to that point.
Peace always comes at a cost.
Peace sells, but who's buying?
Powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These Scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What do you... Where are we? Where's my team?
They are safe where we left them. That the Scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydick.
Kind of reminded me of Vija when it did that path off the Enterprise hull.
The last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Takan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're more alike than you might realize, in that we accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Takan Empire's past.
Stop moving about, just so I've got to do this.
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
The Federation isn't an authority to be obeyed. At its heart, it's a set of principles meant to ensure the survival and safety of all species, regardless of their origin. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer. To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Takan Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people.
Looks like Billy Idol now.
Betrayed my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
Every Takan that comes back does so by stealing someone's body. They are killing to come back.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Takan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Draconian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you're reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake.
Yeah.
I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Decon did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood. I'm curious to see these scions masquerading as true Decon. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Decon, to understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
I made the right choice. Look, green.
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
Shall we dance?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
You shall not pass.
Whoa.
This is all I need.
My gauntlet of power. The Overload Incident. That's a very original series title, isn't it?
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Sabotage the Zelda's warp cores. Okay, I'm guessing it's up there then. Up the stairs, maybe. Is it? That where we're going? Looks like it, doesn't it? Where are we?
What are we dealing with?
Oop, steady on. Up there. Right, scanning. Radiation resistant casing protecting the warp cores. Matter antimatter reaction chamber. Stop moving about. And it's not telling me. What is it? Come on. Another warp cores thermal. Oh, why is it peering on? Stupid thing. Anything else? Got another thing to find. What am I missing? What am I missing? There's got to be something. Unless I've got to go into a different... Yes, maybe I've to go into a different thing. Oops, steady on. hell? Go on, what are you scanning? Can't see anything. I can't put my tricorder away. What am I bloody looking for? Oh. Why did it do that before? Unbelievable. Thermostatic sensor relays temperature signals to automatic coolant valve controls.
Cores are running really hot.
Stupid game. By the way, speaking of bloody game, stupid game, got to keep plugging the merch. There it is. Go to the store on the YouTube channel. You'll see T-shirts like that with other designs as well. Where am I? A console down there, she said, didn't she? I should really pay attention, shouldn't I? Where am I going? Where am I going? Is it that? Is it there where I'm going? It's the only console I can see.
Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is, how do we make it happen? The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
Well, here's the good news. I'm at my best when I'm under pressure.
He might be, but I'm not.
Barricade the door. Work quickly.
Am I going round here? What am I doing? Where am I going? So I don't even know where I'm going. That's how much pressure I'm under. Oh, there we go. Eh? Go down? No, I'm not going down. So what? What am I doing? I don't know what to do. Oh, just takes me back down there. Where am I supposed to... She said you were doing that one. So... No, I'm not going down. Okay, you go. Oh,
We
right.
might not have our tools, but our faith is in We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom, we don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress. Keep your mind on the job. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we will. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
Right. Oh, left stick. Left stick.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
Oh, it's like Star Wars.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Come on then. I'm gonna die here. Gonna die here. Hey. Where's it gonna put me? If it puts me all the way back, because oh, it does me head in. Does me head in. No, it's alright.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Just the aiming so crap in this. You try and look at it moves, trying to move you back to the middle. Got to keep pressing it now.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done, or we're all dead.
Eh? Oh.
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done, or we're all dead.
Oh, for Pete's sake! Do me head in! Shoot! Shoot! Shit, I'm pressing bloody shoot, he didn't shoot!
Shoot! Now!
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Stupid game.
Warp drive disengaged.
You did it.
Got another way out of here?
I think so.
Running out of Elidians, whatever the hell they're called.
Itasca, can you climb?
Eee.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Surella, my friend.
Long live the Empire.
You want me? I'm right here. Not you too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon. Wake up, Manko Umet. Return to us.
I live.
Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
This form is
What is
simple, yet
I do.
sufficient.
I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there, there's still hope.
Hope is what you turn to when you have nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
Or will. Right, pause it a minute. I've got to go check my washing, my drying, whatever. Just bear with me. I imagine it'll still be wet. 'Cause it always stops early. Oh, don't know that. The towel. Check the towel. See though the towel's still. I don't know though. Yes, I think everything's dry actually. Right, okay. We'll leave it. We'll leave it there and I'll deal with it in a bit. What do you want? Got cats on the windowsill. Do you want a treat? Just a minute then. Got Jackie Brown on the windowsill. That's what I call her. Here you go. Have you got it? I think he's her brother, I think. Who I call Charles Grey. He'll be here in a minute. I call her Jackie Brown because she's got brown fur and Charles Gray's got grey fur. Where is he? I've just seen him. Because she's hogging all the windowsill. Is he going to jump up? Nope. No, you're going to eat your treat and then you want another one, don't you? You. See, look, she wants another. I'm greedy. Right, I'm coming back now. Now then. What time is it? A stranger among us, or amongst us, whichever.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can
Like a
only
cross
assume
between
this is
Billy
one of your
Idol and Christopher Walken in Sleepy Hollow.
One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
What? Pardon me.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Getting it
Because
in
you
out there.
conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary, most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge, and perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
I can't say that we avoid conflict entirely, but we overcome our differences because of our common interests and a shared sense of purpose. A general belief we are better off united than divided.
A concept almost Tekonian in principle. We're more alike than you might think.
The Pax Romanum.
If this is the
Sort
best
of.
you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise.
Pardon me if I
Can't say
don't
I've ever
shake
met a
hands.
portal before. There's no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
And we do need your help. Absolutely. And we are grateful that you decided to come.
And your captain has an odd way of expressing his gratitude.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tekon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tekon, not to the Scions of the Flame. who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takon. That's why I'm here.
I thought Takon had an apostrophe between the T and the K.
Access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance. Bordering on incompetence.
Ooh.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
I've never been insulted enough all my life.
Difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takon, and he may be loyal to the Takon, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up.
Oh, I've had enough of you.
Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
Yeah, shite your career.
I'm sorry, Captain. You know I support you, but millions of lives and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Then so be it.
I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Takonian technology requires Takonian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours. The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
It's teeny tiny compared to the universe.
There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Takonian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Don't mention anything about the crystals growing out of his screen.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer.
I'm just glad it worked, and we were able to track him down.
Which wouldn't have been possible without your determination. So thank you for that. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do.
Don't trust him.
What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out. That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here. A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Oh, that way. That way.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now. Found it.
Excuse me. Do you belong here?
Yeah, I'm the first officer. Do you mind?
Commander Rydek. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes. You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Sorry, it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Forget
Dismissed.
I asked.
Get out.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty.
Speciality.
Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you. Maybe Tylus saw something. Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment? Of
course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duval, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
Why she ought to move with the force field?
Hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian
So does she
technology.
suspect Tylus?
Does that mean there's a scion on board?
The force field won't stop people hearing them talking, will it?
Every deck, every crew member, I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
We have to trace every contact, starting with engineering, which is where the device was planted.
At least that narrows the list. But we still have to go back quite a while.
Whatever it takes.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
This is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left. No. This can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin? The Queen?
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
I think it says on the bloody
Something
thing.
more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I found the device.
Narrower eyes. They could have just given it to him and showing off.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
We have to somehow intercept him. How long till he arrives?
Oh, he's much too far ahead of us. We'll never arrive before he does. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods. keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them
Full of
directly.
themselves, aren't they?
However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a scion, hidden among your crew. And it is unlikely this interference device was the scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvan and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Just leave that to me. I hope to resolve it soon.
The longer you wait, the more time we lose. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it, once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. You told me you were worried about him, but I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
Well, it would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst-case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career.
I don't know if I would be on my own. But with your support, I'm sure we can do it.
Now, that smooth talking may come in handy. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Either the Bolian commander or... I forgot the other, the science fella. Commander. That's what we need, innit? Oh, both. Right. Pause. Gonna leave it there. Gonna leave it there for now. So, thanks, Windgrace, and I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Dretch or Dredge Tiger? Anyway, thanks for popping in. No shows for me tonight, so but I've got guests coming, so I won't be around. So thanks for watching, wherever you are. Live long and prosper, and until next time, I'll see you.